Freddy had to beat the reigning world champion Yevgeny Makarenko of Russia in his last bout. Did it convincingly, 23-16. Now he gets from Uzbekistan, Utgurbek Hydarov. There is Andre Ward, 20 years of age, from Oakland, California. Hydarov, 30 years of age.
Hydarov, not only a 1999 world champion and a 2001 silver medalist from the World Championships, but a southpaw.
He competed in those championships and even last year's World Championship, where he finished 5th as a middleweight. So he's moved up in class to 178 pounds.
Ward quicker, off balance there. Not a punch, not a knockdown. Quicker than Hydarov. But there's a danger with that quickness. Sometimes he can get a little reckless and throw punches from too far away. If he does that, then Hydarov can time him coming in. Timing can beat speed.
Ward was serenaded with boos as he entered the ring, which has been common here at the Peristeri Olympic Boxing Hall for the boxers from the United States.
Hydarov one-dimensional from that lefty stance. Needs to be set to punch, not quick on his feet. Wants to come forward, once in a while will step back, look for a counter hook right there from the right side. Ward needs to use those greater options, greater dimensions. Give angles to Hydarov. Keep Hydarov off balance. Do not allow him to get set to punch. But one thing Ward must not do is what you just saw a moment again, Bob. Reach in with those quick hands from too far away. Then Hydarov, if he's set to punch, can have an opportunity to score.
The very stern Yevgeny Sudakov of Russia, now referee. Good left hand by Ward.
And on to counter. If you're back of Ward, you want to see distance. When there's distance, he can use his quickness, his hand speed, and he can also give angles to keep the cement-footed Hydarov off balance.
Give me a lot more jabs and hooks. This is the bout. We got to stay on the side. We don't want to be on the side with him. Okay, let's keep it on the outside. Let's keep it long. You hear me? You hear me? Let's keep it long. Box him long. Using the jab, turning him with the hook. Okay? All right, we don't want to be in there. He's too strong. Okay? He might influence the judges with that. So let's stay on the outside. Okay? All right.
The whistling you hear, the chant of USA goes up, and it gets whistled down immediately, Teddy.
From overhead, Hydarov coming in. Ward counterpunching with the left hook, using his quickness, keeping distance, having success.
Andre Ward's father passed away suddenly 2 years ago of a heart attack right after Andre won the 19 and under championships. Andre has his father's name tattooed on the inside of his arm. He hopes to raise his arms in victory, salute his father. He has a bronze. A win tonight advances him to the gold medal bout.
The voice you heard in the corner, the United States fighter Bashir Abdullah, the head coach, echoing what we were saying and thinking, telling Andre Ward, you want to be on the outside. You don't want to be inside with the stronger Hydarov. But if you are inside, that is what you would want to see if you're in the corner of Ward. Him tying up Hydarov, not allowing him to use that strength. If Hydarov is going to get inside, that's only half of the puzzle. The other half is not to smother himself, not to get tied up, so he can work.
Quick jab from Ward.
And a jab, for the most part, that has been missing from the United States fighters. A jab that can be the difference tonight and was the difference in other nights.
Fred Rogan's thrown more jabs than the United States boxers.
And that's how it was the difference other nights. The difference in defeat rather than victory. Not being used.
It hurt Andre Dirrell earlier tonight in his loss to Golovkin. Just did not use the jab effectively. Ward has been the most disciplined of all the boxers from Team USA.
And that's what, in my estimation, will carry him to the gold medal if there's going to be a gold in his future.
Oh, nice quick combination from Ward.
Along with his quick hands. There's other fighters on the team that have hands that can match his speed and legs that can match his mobility. But the maturity you touched on, that gives him consistency, reliability.
Good job.
And that's what he will need to march forward.
That's how we got to keep it, just like that. You ain't even got to go all the way in. You ain't got to take yourself all the way in. All you got to do is punch in that distance, just like this. Up, 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 and heat and everything. Don't even take yourself up in there with him. Just punch right here, then you step off. You got it? Just like you just finished, okay? You're doing a good job.
Three.
Okay.
Up one, guys.
That's all right, keep boxing, but that was beautiful. Okay, that's what's going to work for us, just like that. All right? Here we go. Okay, turn up with that.
The assistant for Bashir Abdullah, we saw him as well, is Joe Zanders, 58 years of age, from Long Beach, California. There is Andre Ward, Wife Tiffany watching, and sons Andre Jr. and Malachi. Well, Teddy, despite some of the scoring, Ward and the coaches were pleased with the way he finished out that last round.
The only thing you would not be pleased about, if you were able to see the scores, some of the points mysteriously not being registered when it seemed that Ward had scored with quick flurries. But the most pleasing thing, if you're a coach of Ward's, is that he's understanding his strengths, his advantages, for the most part, staying on the outside, using the legs to keep the slower foot, Heideroff, from setting. If you're behind Ward, you want to see movement and a little more movement.